About 663,000 people were displaced following the violence that rocked the country after the disputed presidential election in 2007. Some were eventually integrated into their families or relatives elsewhere, and others went into various camps, for instance, Eldridge Showground and Nakuru Showground. Some of those who were in the camps formed self-help groups and bought land by pulling together the 35,000 shillings the government had donated to each household.
So far, the people really the government is buying land for, these are about 7,000 families. And these are the people who got the money and formed 20 self-help groups. We have settled about 4,000 households, and there is a balance of another about 4,000.
The government has also been resettling those who were evicted from their parcels of land as a different category, and one is not supposed to benefit from both.
The government is building houses for those people on their own parcels of land.
In Langas, in Wareng district, Uasin Gishu County, we find a group of IDPs who were evicted from Nandi.
Sasa wale walitoka tano walikuwa wafanya biashara, na wale walitoka mashambani ya chai walikuwa wameajiriwa kazi huko ya kuchuna chai.
In Kamwingi camp, a few meters away, you find others who came from Keyo.
Tulikuwa watu ambao walikuwa ni wakomboaji, walikuwa na mabusiness yao, na wengine walikuwa masquatters, na wengine walikuwa wametolewa kutoka maforest.
Begging the question, why buy them land?
We cannot refer to them as squatters because these people suffered so much during the post-election violence and they lost all their livelihood. And as a government, we have a responsibility to settle with these people.
Some IDPs are confused about the categorization. Take Kyamba area in Uasin Gishu County, for example, where we meet some of the victims who openly reveal that they are here not to stay in the houses built for them, but to lease the houses and their parcels of land while they continue to stay in camps in order to benefit from more aid. They feel that they should also be given free land or be helped to resettle elsewhere as they lost all their livelihood.
Mimi siishi hapa.
Na unafanya nini hapa?
Sasa nilikuja juu ya kukodesha. Mimi naenda.
Unaenda wapi?
Naenda huko mahali wa mama hako, Olokolao.
This is one of the homesteads that are deserted. Now, I'm told there were about 400 families here before the violence. And so far, about 200 houses have been constructed. But a spot check reveals that only about 80 are occupied. There are those who came, put padlocks on their houses, and disappeared.
Hii haina mutu, hii haina mutu. Kuna eta ile ingine iko pale haina mutu.
Charles Muraguri says that he is still traumatized and is not yet convinced that the host community has accepted the returnees.
Hawa watu hata mkutana hawezi ongelesha wewe, hawezi kuambia wewe habari.
However, the chairman of the Kyamba IDP group, Joseph Githuku, says those who are complaining are not being sincere. He says reconciliation has been successful and there is a police station here which has enhanced security in the area.
Anakuja anafuna chakula yake, anauza zote, anarudi kwa kambi. Kwa sababu kwa kambi serikali inampatia chakula. Kwa kambi donors wanakuja wanawasaidia watoto kwa sababu ati ni waathiriwa.
Tunaelewana namna gani na hawatakuona. Ukiitwa mkutano hapa hawakuji. Hawakuji. Kwa nini hawakuji?
So afadhali mkae kwa camp.
Afadhali tukae kwa camp. Kama serikali ikiona vizuri tupatie mashamba bila wanasema ni sawa. Kama sivyo tukae kwa camp.
Elsewhere in Eldridge East District, we looked for a woman who had been heard complaining that her husband had abandoned her with 7 children, opting to stay in a camp in Ruai, Nairobi.
Shida ile yako naye ana kazi, ako kwa hema.
Ako kwa hema?
Ako kwa hema.
Hello, Joshua.
Yeah.
We busted him by tricking him that we were an NGO that wanted to help his family, but he declined to say why he would not come back home. Yes.
Haro. Ninyi nangedo. Tutie na thina.
Amekwambia atarudi?
Kurudi aje, tujafikia hiyo ati atarudi. Unajua ile kitu yeye huogopa, walikuwa wamekimbishwa sana. Sasa hapa akaona asikiangi roho yake anaweza rudi hapa.
This series continues tomorrow and from Uasin Gishu County, I'm Alex Chamwada for Sunday Live. Hii ndio namba 0720